Right, hello there everybody, Shrouded Hand here, and I wanted to cover this story real quick, but I went to look on the Facebook page of the person who is at the centre of the story, and it seems like they're getting absolutely bombarded online about it, and so I really didn't want to cover this without giving them credit, but also I don't want to contribute to them getting harassed online, so I'm going to hide the name of the person. Looking at their Facebook page, it says, one interview y'all, and that's all it takes, and 1,000 little articles are spawned, all with different inaccurate information. And they're saying they get a lot of comments saying her husband did it, definitely the kids, housewife needs 15 minutes of fame, some people will do anything for attention. So I don't want to contribute to this, all these comments, and also this follow-up post a couple of days ago. A week later and I'm still receiving more private messages than I can count each day, most of them in languages I can't read. So I'm going to cover the story, but I'm not going to reveal the person's name because like I say, I think the story is quite interesting and spooky, but I don't want to get the woman bombarded with any more comments than she's already receiving. So as she said, the articles were all quite inaccurate, and the earliest article I could find was this one from the 14th of January. It says, "They can't let it go. Haunted Elsa doll returns to Houston family after being thrown out multiple times." On Christmas of 2013, a Houston area girl was gifted an Elsa doll, and all was well until it wasn't. The doll recited phrases from the movie Frozen and sang "Let It Go" when a button on its necklace was pressed. For 2 years it did that in English. Then in 2015 it started alternating between Spanish and English. There wasn't a button that changed these, it was just random. The family had owned the doll for more than 6 years and never changed its batteries. The mother says the doll would randomly speak and sing, even with its switch turned off. Bloody hell, good journalism here, even with its switch turned off. In December 2019 the family decided to get rid of the doll, however Elsa wasn't going to let this family go. Despite throwing it out in the trash, the family found a doll inside of a bench in their living room weeks later. The kids insisted they didn't put it there, and I believed them because they wouldn't have dug through the garbage outside. Elsa completely stopped operating in English and began to only speak and sing in Spanish. So there is a video.
Ojalá jugáramos a la nieve todo el tiempo. Hacer magia con nieve juntas es muy divertido. A mi hermana Ana y a mí nos gusta jugar en la nieve dentro del castillo. Soy la princesa Elsa de Arendelle. Es increíble. ¿Jugamos otra vez? Nieve y hielo, a brillar les ordeno. ¿No es divertido jugar en la nieve? ¡Qué bueno que somos amigas!
Okay, and once again the family attempted to throw out the Elsa doll. Her husband double-bagged the doll and placed it at the bottom of the garbage can to be taken away on trash day. Family travelled and forgot about it, but when they returned, their daughter found her old friend outside of their house. And then there's a write-up from the owner of the doll. "Okay guys, seriously, we need help. To recap to those of you not been following our Elsa doll saga, Matt threw it away weeks ago, and then we found it inside a wooden bench. We were weirded out and tightly wrapped it in its own garbage bag and put the garbage bag inside another garbage bag filled with other garbage and put it in the bottom of the garbage can underneath a bunch of other bags of garbage and wheeled it to the curb, and it was collected on garbage day. We went out of town and forgot about it. Today the daughter says, 'Mom, I saw the Elsa doll in the backyard again. Help us get rid of this haunted doll.'" So yeah, the first time it comes back, they just throw it in the trash, and I can completely believe that it was one of the kids, just they didn't want the doll thrown out. They went in, took the doll out, hid it in a bench, and then didn't admit to it when asked because they felt like they were going to get told off. But double bagging it and putting it underneath a load of other trash, and then the garbage coming and getting collected, and then the family going away and not even being in the house, that is strangely spooky. And my other theory was that it was a different doll, but then it says here the doll has the same marker on her from my daughter colouring over the years, so I know the doll that reappeared was the original and not a replacement. Most logical thinkers believe it's a prank, but I don't understand how or when it was done, especially because the garbage truck has taken it away. So in the end, they mailed the doll to a family friend in Minnesota, and they actually attached it to their truck. I don't think it's going anywhere after that. I don't know, maybe there'll be some updates. I will sort of lurk on the Facebook page to see if anything comes up. Like I say, please don't go and contact this person. It sounds like they're getting very bothered by all the attention that they're receiving. The most likely explanation is it's simply a prank, and I'm very willing to accept that explanation. But I always think there is something strange about dolls, and I know the haunted doll thing is quite an old horror trope, but there is something about them. If you watch my video on the Slender Man, I talk a bit about this theory, is that when people focus on something enough and put enough energy into it, and especially when they believe it's actually alive, they can actually put a sort of life into it themselves. So there is a theory that children, when they play with their dolls and teddy bears and things like that, and they sort of transmit with their imagination a personality onto those objects, that they are actually performing a sort of magic, and this can imbue the objects with paranormal properties. Like I say, it's very likely just a prank. It's the most logical explanation, but it's very odd, especially the second time it came back. That is kind of strange and spooky, and I just wanted to share a story because it's been all over the news this week, and I'm trying to make these shorter videos just about interesting things I found in the news. But yeah, I thought I'd share it and give my own opinion on it. But like I say, please don't contact and bother this lady. It sounds like she's a bit sick of it. Okay, catch you later.